Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for more Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Today we're going to be jumping into episode 5. I'm really looking forward to this episode and where we're going after the last one, as things are definitely just kind of just ramping up and up and up. And we're really just right out of the gate with the start of this quest, and it's already just taken so many little twists and unexpected turns. So with that all said, let's go ahead and hop into this. If you want to see the full-length reaction, you check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is in watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time code, so we're reacting the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all those shows and movies that we cover in the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, and try to make it worth your while, so you're going to support the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. If you enjoy this reaction, at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps me out. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 5, A God Buys Us Cheeseburgers. Here we go. Is it getting paler, the logo? Because in the last one, I remember it being very vibrantly gold. Or at least I know a couple of episodes ago, at least, it was gold. That was very muted.
Yeah.
Oh, the Fates? Yep, it is.
They're looking right at us.
What? Come on.
Oh shit, what was their names? I know one's Clotho. Damn it, why am I blanking on their names right now? He made it! Let's go.
Hi.
That's it? I love how nonchalant he can be sometimes. Oh, he's gonna get a hug.
Say that sounds really bad, but I knew you'd never agree, and there wasn't enough time.
So,
I guess we're friends now. Also, poison seems to be completely gone.
What happened? Short version? We need to go to Santa Monica.
I want the slightly longer version.
My father's gonna meet me there. He's
Oh.
gonna help us.
okay. Just one problem with this plan. The police think that we crashed in
Great
Amtrak
place to
train,
play Pokemon
and
Go,
then
by the way.
That.
The cops are after us? Isn't that gonna make it hard for us to get on a train? Or a bus? Or really anything you need tickets for?
Centaurs. Oh, okay. Or we could hitchhike.
We don't even know who actually stole the thing. Or why. Or how deep this goes.
He's asking real questions right now.
I'm the last person to realize this, aren't I?
Well, they're all real questions.
Yeah.
Good questions.
Okay, so maybe when we started, my head wasn't fully in this, but since the river, it all feels different somehow.
It's almost as if he's been baptized by the waters.
He saved me.
Oh.
My dad. I guess I just really never thought that's something he'd do for me. So maybe I gotta take things more seriously now.
Car.
That's not a car.
That's a motorcycle.
Just let it pass. Why are you being weird with me again? I thought we weren't doing that anymore. I'm not being weird. Yes, you are. You've been weird since we left the arch. Oh.
She's jealous. Or hurt, rather, because he got to talk to his...
It doesn't have to be a thing, you know? They hugged me.
That's not it, you idiot.
Oh, boy. I mean,
it could be. Oh,
Seems
he
like a
did
thing
it.
friends do.
Said the thing.
Think they do?
I saw the fates.
Oh, it's that. I thought she was
The
being...
3 fates, and I saw Atropos cut a piece of thread.
Atropos.
And that's bad.
Shit,
or...
who's the other one?
The fates weave the life strand of every living thing. When you see a string cut,
It means one of us is going to die.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be you. You don't know that that was your thread. But what I thought she was upset about was that they went through all of that, and at that temple, you know, she got aggression from her parent, but his actually showed up
Need some help?
to help.
beg pardon?
I asked if you could use some help.
No, we're good. Appreciate you asking those. So long.
Is a trench coat on a motorcycle safe? I mean, I guess once you're moving, it doesn't really matter all that much,
You
but
sure? Because you guys
that,
are so
that seems
behind
dangerous. I'm sorry. I know I saw you in the trailer. I don't know how you fit into this.
I mean, summer solstice is just a few days away. And as much as I'd love to see a good war pop off, as your big cousin, I
Big
feel like
cousin.
maybe I want to give you a hand.
Aries.
You must be Athena's kid.
Oh, that makes sense with the war comment.
Listen, dummies, I'm hungry. There's a halfway decent diner up the road. If you want my help, you'll meet me there. But don't dawdle. Don't wait forever.
He's a wrestler, isn't he? I remember hearing something along that sphere
That's my cousin.
about.
What kind of family is this?
It's a pretty fucked up family, no lie. Don't dig into it too far. You will find out some very, very inappropriate things. Yeah, Edge! That's it. That's why he looks so familiar. I actually watched when he was actually still wrestling. I don't know, is he still present? Yeah, he's back active again, apparently.
Give me a second, I'm just starting to fight on Twitter here.
I was about to make that joke once I heard the phone clicking.
Okay, done.
Wow, that's good.
Ask me how I know.
It isn't gonna fail.
Oh my god, that looks so good.
For starters.
Percy was always troubled, but I never
Oh
thought he would
no,
ever
you
something like this.
bastard!
Who's that? My stepdad.
It says Grover. He'll read it.
I'm gonna kill him.
I knew I was gonna like you. It's safe to say the chances of you three idiots hitchhiking the rest of the way to LA without getting arrested are slim to none.
If you're supposed to be looking for the master boat too, shouldn't you be out there looking for it?
No fear in you, is there? Doesn't matter. Whether the bolt's retrieved or not, Zeus is going to war with Poseidon.
Why?
The Oracle said if we return the bolt, there wouldn't be a war.
Is that what she said? Or is that what Chiron said she meant?
That's a good point. And like she said, that shit can mean a lot of things.
My grandpa Kronos ate my aunts and uncles. Yeah. Then my dad made him puke them back up, then chopped him into 1,000,000 pieces and chucked him into a bottomless pit. So that kind of set the tone right out of the gate. We will push anyone down a flight of stairs to
We're
get
skipping
ahead.
over all the
And that's
incest
why
too, I
love
assume,
my
though.
family. He knows there's a war coming, and in reality, I think he's okay with that. I think he feels it's just time for a war, so we're gonna have a war. Isn't that great?
He's doing a really good job with this, man.
We're stopping this war. You said you can help. Can you?
Okay, so here it is. There's
Can
a
he
need
or
for
will he?
You get me my shield back, and I'll get you to the underworld by lunch tomorrow with a plan to invade Hades' palace.
You left your shield, forgot it on the merry-go-round?
You're too damn smart.
So do we have a deal, or am I killing all three of you so I can eat in peace?
Okay.
Great. One catch. I really do need
That
that shield
shift,
back.
man.
So I'm gonna keep the satyr here as collateral so you don't run off.
What? No.
Oh,
It's okay. If you wanted to kill us, we'd be dead by now.
It's a good point. Oh, whoa. What is this?
I haven't seen a lot of horror movies, but this seems like exactly the kind of place they suggest to avoid.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen any kind of movie.
Neither of us is dead in a few days. We really ought to fix that. You're missing out. In the meantime, we should.
I thought he meant if neither of us are dead by the end of this, we should fix that, as in ensure one of them dies by the end of it.
Wait, Percy, stop.
Okay, what just happened?
Just
Oh, no.
that's celestial bronze. If you're a human, it'll pass right through you. If you're a monster or demigod,
Oh, that's bullshit.
safe to say this is not just some amusement park. A god built this.
What kind of god builds amusement parks?
Hephaestus.
Why would Hephaestus build them?
Yeah, what the hell? Why?
Maybe he finds them.
I mean,
amusing.
engineering,
That's really not funny, Annabeth.
It's a little funny.
the machinations of it all, a little bit.
I get this. Just push through it.
Push?
Yep.
She doesn't sound very confident.
Because weren't you the one this morning who saw the fates say one of us is gonna die and we should take it really seriously? Yeah.
Just push.
What was that?
There's one person in here.
Hephaestus wanted to know anytime one of us came poking around this playground. I guess now he knows.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I love the aesthetic of the place, though.
We've met before.
Been around a long time, little boy. I met a lot of people.
I'm 24.
Good for you.
You look 14. I can't talk. People freak out a lot of the time when I still tell them I'm 35.
Satyrs worship flowers. Satyrs sing songs about their feelings. Satyrs are not fans of mine.
Satyrs are children of nature. Nature is brutal. Red in tooth and claw, right? Maybe unpleasant.
He's got a
but that
point.
doesn't make it untrue. You are the champion. All of that. I respect it.
So what are you, like a
What's his
casual
angle?
World War II buff? You've seen Saving Private Ryan, have you?
I prefer the Turbot War. The Lobster War. The 335 Years War. Your deep cuts.
Better wars where hardly anyone died.
I like your mellower stuff. There's something cool about overwhelming force and a quick surrender.
No one talks about those anymore.
No, this is weird, but he's playing to his ego.
So tell me where we met again.
What are you working on, Grover? Oh no, wait, don't tell me this is the friend betrayal thing.
Ever seen anything like this?
If it belongs to the god of craftsmen, what was the god of war doing here? Aren't they enemies? And why'd he split without his shield?
If I'm guessing,
That's a good point.
Ares has always had a thing with
Aphrodite. She's Hephaestus' wife. Oh, you're kidding. You guys are here? At your husband's park?
Oh, that's nasty.
They got caught, and he had to leave in a hurry. This family is a mess.
But it is Aphrodite, though. So, thrill ride, oh love.
This must be where Ares and Aphrodite got caught.
Now, good thing he brought his shield along with him, because, you know, when you get into a situation like that, you always got to have protection. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be shy. Oh my god.
You think for orthodontist's office, maybe?
Oh my god.
Hephaestus' story. Rejected by Hera, rejected by Aphrodite. My mom told me these stories all the time. She said this is what the gods are like to each other. This is the kind of family they are.
Yeah.
Why didn't
That's...
you want to say that just now?
She was trying to keep me away from you guys. Maybe she should have been preparing me better.
Maybe she was preparing you. When you got to us, you'd be different than this.
Yeah. She made sure you weren't coming into this thinking like the rest of them. You're coming in here thinking like you. Challenging, questioning the rules. Not going along with it. Willy Wonka time! Oh, cool.
There it is. Ares' shield.
Come on, buddy. Waterbend, something. Or that. Oh, can she not swim? Ew, let's go. I don't know what he's doing, but it was waterbending.
Did you just pull me out of there with that water power stuff?
No,
Did you just?
I don't know. Maybe figuring this out as I go.
Hell yeah, man. Next up, bloodbending. Gosh, she's thick on the
How are
sky.
we supposed to get that thing down?
I don't know. We should
These things are connected somehow.
step on the
It's a
throne.
machine, but how do you start the machine?
Well, it's a chair,
I hate kids.
but that's the obvious route.
I hate my own kids. Maybe less than other kids, but still not fond of them. I made. What are butterflies for? My knee hurts. I love my dog. But that night,
No wonder his
Nancy
kids are
showed up
pieces
for
of
winter
shit.
solstice.
Since one of those kids somehow walked off with the Master Wolf.
Says you. Who knows who actually took it? Plenty of people hate my dad enough to try.
Not many people who could pull it off. Someone Hades could have recruited for the job.
Says you.
And someone who could slip away long enough to do it without being missed. Bold enough to cross Zeus. Stealthy enough to get their hands on the thing.
Enough. Not everything is a puzzle that needs to be solved. You're as bad as my sister.
Was she always like that? Athena.
What do you mean?
Always making things more complicated than they need to be so people will think she's smarter than you.
Thank you. I can't be the only one who sees it, right? No, not at all. It certainly feels that way sometimes.
Oh my God, this is great.
Really? If she's so smart, explain the owl. She talks to it like all the time, this fat, nasty little feathered rodent. And it's like her best friend. And we're so sure that she's a genius and I, no owl, am not. It's like people only see what they want to see and ignore anything at all that doesn't fit the story they like to tell themselves.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like you being the one to find the lightning thief and not her.
Ooh.
We both know your friend didn't steal the bolt.
But Zeus thinks he did, which is kind of all that matters, right?
Shut up.
Grover, you little genius.
It's a gift with a hidden purpose. Hephaestus offered it to Hera, but as soon as she sat in it, she couldn't get up. Finally, they said if Hephaestus let Hera free, Aphrodite would be his wife. One of us goes in, the other gets the shield.
I'll do it.
What? Wait a minute.
You're not pushing me into this terrible again.
Yes, I am.
I'm not gonna let you this time. It doesn't work that way. It's why you're here. The Oracle chose you. The gods chose
Stop.
you.
It isn't about that.
What could it possibly be about if it isn't about that?
You're better at this than me. You just are. I need you to promise me something.
I'm not leaving the underworld without your mom.
Thank you.
No.
I was gonna say when this quest is done, can you maybe swing back here and try to get me out of this thing?
You think you had to ask?
Just making sure.
No. Maybe that selflessness is the thing, or maybe it's some sense of love, like actual love, since that was the kind of the point. He wanted Hera, but she didn't love him in return, so therefore she became trapped by the seat. And because the whole story we saw coming in here was all about the way they treat each other.
Stand up.
So if there's actual...
Percy, stand up. I mean it.
It's okay.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm wrong. I really thought that was going to be the trick. He was going to offer himself up, take the plunge in a selfless act, and the gods failed because they were all selfish. Oh, she's going to try to figure out the chair. Wonka, stop.
So, off you go.
I'm not leaving without my friend.
Yeah, that isn't really how it works. It's kind of a one-way sort of thing. It can't be undone.
How do you know?
Because I built it.
If you aren't going to help me, could you maybe leave me alone so I can focus?
I know your mother was displeased with you recently. You walk out of here with that shield, and you're a hero, on your way to the greatest glory. And you will be forgiven. And all will go back to being as it always has been. Always will be. As it should be.
It isn't how it should be.
Yeah, she's learning. She's starting to believe.
Power and glory and nothing else matters. Ares is that way. Zeus is that way. My mother is that way.
This is a test.
He isn't that way. He's better than that. Maybe I was that way once. But I don't want to be that way anymore.
Festus could probably relate to this.
I won't be like all of you. I just won't.
No. It wasn't the test for the person in the chair, I guess.
Some of us don't like being that way either.
Yeah, he'd know for sure.
You're a good kid, Annabeth. I'll put in a good word with your mom for you.
Where's our ride?
Few hours, this thing is going to be at the Lotus Casino in Vegas. Hermes hangs out there. You play your cards right, and his personal driver can get you to LA in minutes.
Let's go.
I'd wish you luck, but what good would it do you?
We're not gonna fail. And I'm getting pretty tired of you saying it. You think you know who I am, but you don't. And if you aren't careful, you're gonna find out.
Percy. So, thank you.
I think he would have to respect that, though.
Cheeseburgers and the ride. We're gonna take you
Emotional
up on that
abuse in the
too.
cheeseburgers.
If it gets us where we need to go, that's all that matters.
Assuming Ares was telling the truth.
He wasn't. Not entirely, at any rate. He was holding something back. I think I got it out of him. I know who stole the Master Bowl.
Oh, fuck you. God damn it. That was probably my favorite episode so far. I really loved this. I like how each episode, this one more so than the last couple, but every episode, it's honestly educational in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, there are twists because they're shaping things to fit the narrative of this world and the way the world works that they've set up and established within this pocket, this universe. But I love that we're getting a lot of that lore, that myth of the Greek gods, their relationships. Hell, we got back to the whole Kronos thing and what happened with Zeus and his children, his brothers and sisters, and then how that kind of spawned forth, though they skirted past some of the less desirable stuff. I'm sure Disney wasn't want to like put out their mouth, but I like the way that we kind of navigated all that. That entire exchange with Grover and Ares. Now, I don't know if he actually, because they never actually got to it, I don't think, where they met. I think he made that up because he was just talking him up, playing on his ego, getting these little crumbs out of him. It was masterfully done. Good job, Grover. Edge, honestly, he did a really good job in this too, like flipping through all these different like energies, you know, these different emotions and ranges throughout. And he was honestly, a lot of his line delivery was pretty funny. He was honestly way better than I was expecting. I really liked the dynamic that he had. Obviously, he made a very fitting Ares. I love his arrogance. I loved his fervor. And because, you know, he's the god of war and all of that, and he loves fighting and discourse in an age of social media, I love that he's on his phone starting Twitter fights. That was fucking gold. And we know that that's not something that would have been in the books. That's something they had to have added into this because Twitter didn't exist when these books came out. That was a great little spin on that. I freaking loved that. We saw the Fates. Who was the other one? Clotho, Atropos, and damn it, it's right there. Lachesis. That's it. Oh my God. They've been coming up in a lot of stuff we've been watching as of late. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kicking myself so hard for not remembering all their names. And even in our D&D campaign, my character had frequent run-ins and a weird relationship with the Fates. I'm just a little disappointed in myself at the moment, but I really love the way they came out. Now, while they saw them on the bench and she saw them cut a thread, she assumes that's one of theirs, that somebody has severed one of their threads. And maybe they did, but maybe they will defy that fate. You know, that's very much a theme of this story so far, is defying the rules that are established by this corrupt system of gods. There's a lot of commentary you can read into that, a lot of parallels and metaphors and all that you can analogize with, you know, the world we live in. You know, he brought up the voting system in the last episode, or the episode before that. You know, it's like these small little like jabs at just kind of taking the piss out of the established order, questioning things like he is because his mother raised him away from all of this petty bullshit. Now, because of that, in these little and small ways, he's starting to change the system. He's, you know, through Grover, through Annabeth, these relationships that he's establishing. Hell, look who Annabeth was in the beginning, and through these experiences, through this journey, and also this realization, this awakening, once she was betrayed by her mother just for her own games, she kind of had a little bit of a wake-up call. And now she's coming around, saw Percy sacrifice himself because he feels inadequate, and it's like, hey, if we're going to get the job done, I needed to get somebody who I knew would push me down a flight of stairs without hesitation. But the thing is, after spending this time together, the hesitation is there because she now sees him as a friend. They both do. And that's where things are going to get muddy because now we have more official friends to add to our pool for the prophecy. I mean, we knew that was going to come. We knew that was going to come regardless. I still don't know how that's going to play out. I have my thoughts on that based on what we've learned so far and based on what Grover said. I think it's somebody at the camp. Based on everything we know about Annabeth, I don't think it would be her, but who knows? Push comes to shove, if a decision needs to be made, you know, maybe she doesn't save his mom. Maybe she goes for the bold. Maybe she lets the mom be sacrificed. So maybe there is some kind of betrayal that can still come from that. You know, they did bring up Chiron too. That was his interpretation of the prophecy. That's what he told you it meant? Nah. No, it ain't. So we're seeding some threads here and there. There's a lot of different suspects. I just truly do not think it's anybody in the group right now. This could all be very elaborate ways to dissuade me from finding any of them suspicious. Not that they are suspicious and not that they might willfully do it. It may just be something that happens, some twist, some pull, some gets leverage on one of them. Again, like they said many times up until this point, it can be interpreted in many different ways, and how the howls surrounding it all are still a mystery. I also still don't think that they were the ones that the fates were threading. But now, because of the thing at the Arch, the FBI, the police are after these kids. Because they were seen running into this place as everybody was running out of it, and then it explodes. You know, they're becoming some high-profile players, and it's making things a little difficult. So next stop is Vegas, where we're going to try to meet with Hermes, I guess. So is Lin-Manuel Hermes, or was he just a worker for Hermes' delivery service? I'm curious about that. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. I just something that I was pondering there for a second. But I love that this whole thing, because Hephaestus has a very long story short, and basically just boiling it down to the gist of it, rough relationship with the rest of the family. Very much so an outsider in a lot of ways. I like that whole thing, because Annabeth was like, hey, at the end of the day, no matter what she said, she's like, fuck it, I can't leave him. He's not like us. He's not like them. And maybe I'm not either. Maybe I wasn't at one point, and then I got twisted into all of this, questioning all of this, the way things work. And, you know, Hephaestus related to that, and he was like, there you go. You did it. Blew his Willy Wonka flute and released Percy from the chair. I wish we had a little bit more time in the park. I do like that Hephaestus in the modern age would be kind of fascinated with the machines, the machinations of these rides and how they work. Speaking of, I like how they were like, how they were talking about how Athena will sometimes manipulate the situation to seem smarter than she is by making it harder and overcomplicated for everybody else, so that then she could come in and solve the problem and be like, haha, you fucking idiots. And it's almost like in the way that like software companies will manufacture viruses that only their thing will fix. It's like when you create the problem where you have the solution so that you can come in and be the hero. It's kind of the way they were, that's how they were presenting, or at least that's how Grover was presenting Athena to make Ares connect with him more, because that's probably how Ares feels, obviously, because he doesn't seem like he's treated like the smart one in the family at all. So that was a nice little detail. Him talking about how he doesn't give two shits about his kids definitely shows why they are the way they are. I love what they're doing with this, man. It's so much fun. I love Greek mythology to begin with, but they're having fun with it, and they're doing some real cool stuff with it. But guys, what did you think of this episode? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, York, Corey Scott, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Contrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, JoJo, and Russell Crockett. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.